So I had a great conversation with a rep the other day, and he told me another story of supply chain treating somebody who's a vendor like a complete and utter jerk. I'm Mark Hope, and I'm the Value Analysis Whisperer, and I'm going to turn this around a little bit today on Sutures and Cents. Because if you follow me or you work with me, you know that I say go talk to supply chain. And yet then supply people wonder in supply chain wonder why more vendors don't. So this is Sutures and Cents, where we talk business to clinical, clinical to business to business, and clinical to clinical, and sometimes have to go in and eat sandwiches from supply chain. Hey, it's part of our job. But could you hold off on the double decker? The other day, I have a rep from a small med device company just launched in the US. Amazing technology in a space for patients that they have almost no options. This product helps those patients immediately. It, it, it actually gets them out of the hospital. It looks like a couple days earlier at lower cost. And if you heard some of the stories that I just heard about this product, you'd say, "Oh my gosh, I hope my there's this is available if my mom has this condition." And yeah, I know supply chain. Every rep on the planet says that about their product. I get it. Weed through some of it. Take 30 seconds. And this guy had been reaching out professionally to the VP of supply chain at a big health system, stopped at their office and left a card. Didn't ask to see him immediately, just said, "I'd like to talk to them about this. I'd like to talk to their teams, their clinical teams, and I'm being very professional and observing the rules coming in for months, phone calls, emails, speaking to the executive assistant, getting blown off. I mean, like ignored. And then he ends up talking to one of the people in one of their clinical departments. And the first call he gets, "Who do you think you are? Are you in Simplir? Are you on contract? We're going to shut you down. How dare you talk to our doctors before us?" And he pulled up and was like, "I've been reaching out to you for 16 months. Phone calls, emails, stop by. Can we stand down a bit? Can we unclench our fists, supply chain? I'm trying to get reps to do it. I'm trying to get them to actually come in. Here's the here's the guidance I give to these reps. I tell the vendor reps, go in. I talked to one several weeks ago. She actually did it at a big academic center in a big well-known health system. And she went in and sat down and I said, "Here's what's going to happen. This VP of supply chain is going to lecture you for 2 to 5 minutes. They're going to say, reps come in here and try to do all this stuff. Are you in this thing? You better be in that. You're not here. We don't listen. Like you can't just come in here and go talk to her." And I'm like, it's going to last for about 2 to 5 minutes. My advice would be to smile and listen and be professional. And then once they get it out, then say, "Okay, I'm actually here to try to follow the rules. There's no way you can choose a product that you've never heard of, and we're hoping to introduce it here." And instead of doing what everybody else tells me, which is go right to the end user, the doctors, I actually listened to advice and came to you, and they'll calm down. And then you might actually start a relationship with them because I have a million supply chain people tell me, "Oh, we want to have better relationships with our vendors. We have great ones with certain ones. We want them to come in. Please tell them to come in." And then I have reps who say, "Oh yeah," and then I go stop by and they ignore me, they demean me, they yell at me, they they tell me I peddle junk or peddle wares or like treat me like I'm a moron. Look, I know it's a two-way street. I know reps do the same thing. But how about supply chain? Because I've had it happen to me where they just immediately start treating you like you're some knucklehead off the street. Hey, no offense. I'm a grown ass man. I've been at this a while. I'm professional. If you give me 5 minutes, you'll see I'm not like some of the others. Can you give me the 5 minutes? Can you extend me that professional courtesy or not start screaming at me if I've tried to come by for months and tried and made every effort to see you? And then when you hear I'm talking to a clinician, you don't immediately start jumping up and down going, "How dare you?" Well, I'll tell you how I dare you. I've been reaching out to you for months and you haven't responded. So how about, because I can tell you, my interactions with many supply chain staff is automatically, "Ooh, you're a vendor. You're a sales rep. What do you schlepping today? Hi, my name's Mark. Nice to see you too. Um, you know why? The reason I tell everybody to call in supply chain, it's these wonderful, wonderful interactions that I have that I just can't quit you, supply chain. I hope my sarcasm is coming across. So, how about you meet us at our level of professionalism? If we ignore you as salespeople, if we ignore you and mock you or just totally disregard your importance, feel free to do the same. But if we're being professional, I'd ask you to at least meet our level of professionalism and give us a chance because most of us, at the end of the day, like this rep I talked to, who has what I consider to be transformative technology in a subset of patients that have nothing, it might be worth your 5 minutes and a modicum of professionalism to at least listen to it. I'm Mark Copeland. I'm the Value Analysis Whisperer. This has been Sutures and Cents this week. Continue to call on supply chain people, but if they're not responding, keep a log. You might need it. Talk to you next week.